Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and are watching Beside Her. My name is Crystal.
And I'm Nelly.
And we are back for another episode. I'm excited.
We're consistent.
Yes.
I'm excited.
We love it here.
2025, 52 weeks, 52 episodes.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. I'm kind of in for the ride.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, we just gotta like boom, 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 boom.
Buckle up.
Today's episode, I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Because it's something I'm very passionate about.
You are.
You're passionate about it in a different way, which is A-okay. It's fine. Okay. But we're going to be having a full-blown, honest conversation about pregnancies.
And this is super unscripted. Typically, we write like a bunch of notes when we have a podcast topic, and this one doesn't have a lot of notes.
Yeah, we're going to kind of just navigate it in a very
casual
way because we want to be super honest about it. And I do have some questions for Sister Pop.
Yeah, her questions, whenever she has questions for me, I'm just always nervous about it because
I actually use this podcast to interview you.
You really do. And I use it. I love that. Okay, first of all, this podcast is amazing because it forces us to get together. Yeah. Because we're never together. But we get to learn so much about each other.
Yeah, in a different way. Like, instead of just like texting, how are you? Like, this is like different conversations.
Yes.
That we can relate about because we're both mommies. I hate her. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. But I do want to check in really quickly. How you doing?
I'm going to go back to using my word okay.
You want to use okay?
Yeah.
Still okay?
I'm okay. I think, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. That's all I can say.
That was 3 different okays in different fonts. And we love that. We love it. We're okay. We're okay. We're great.
Literally.
I got it.
That's me. Thank you so much.
I got it. I hope you guys got it too.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. And I'm great.
That's great.
No, seriously. I feel really good. I'm like letting things die. I'm letting things die that did not need life.
Oh my gosh, sister, you have come up with so many bangers. What is it called?
We're gonna put out one-liners. We're gonna put it on shirts one day.
That was really good.
I am though. I'm letting things die. I'm letting things like go unwatered and like rot and die and decease and disintegrate and like ashes blow in the wind, and like I'm pouring water on the stuff that I like need to see sprout, like myself and my daughter. My daughter. I say doa, but it's my daughter. Yes.
That was very well said, sister.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I
am so happy for you.
Yeah, and I'm alone. Literally alone. I know. One thing that you told me, like, you have really never been alone. And you're right. I really haven't.
No. And I think you're better than me. No. You are in so many ways. You're better than me. I love this season of your life. And I love that you're doing it so young. You have
it's crazy.
Sister, your growth is exponential.
I know. I really appreciate that.
It's exponential.
But yeah, let's jump into our real and raw. Yeah,
we're getting real raw and honest about pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. It's so easy to be like, I live, laugh, love it, and I'm glowing, and I'm thriving, and I'm pregnant, and I'm fruitful, and I'm bearing children. It's so easy to do that, put that forward because you obviously want to be positive about it, but there's also the real disgusting, nasty parts of being pregnant.
Yeah, there is. There's
seriously
awful parts of being pregnant, and you don't often see that on social media.
Ooh, on social media,
especially on social media.
Yeah.
Why? First of all, why are we going on social media to get information?
I don't know. I do it all the time.
Why are people? Yes, I understand that. Yeah, we are. Or it's put out there without our consent. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. Oh, you open the app and it's just there.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, I think that for me too, going into being pregnant for the first time and stuff, I did run to social media and find out everything, TikToks, Instagram, because I was like, this is a whole new world.
You're so good.
And I ran to you too and mommy, but like I ran to you especially because you have little kids. Mm-hmm. And I was like, sister, for example, I went to you after like breastfeeding stuff because I was so confused about it. Literally was so confused on breastfeeding. One tip, if you're pregnant or whatever, go to the women who are in your life who've had children and you look up to in the way that they parent.
Yes.
And go to them, because that is going to be a real honest opinion.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, sister. I think that, yes, 2-part answer to that, or response to that, is one, I think that people should first go to the people in their life, that if they have those people in their life. Secondly, going back to my social media comment, I think that social media has evolved so much over the years that there are those accounts who are more truthful. Like the Freedom Mom account, love that account.
Yeah.
Because it's so real. It'll tell you how it is. They've been censored on ads before because they've been so real. There are accounts out there that are very educational.
Yes,
I will say. But are there more, of the other types?
Yeah.
I would say so. Maybe it's just me and my news feed, and I need to switch it up, my timeline.
Pregnancy it's not all beautiful. There's parts where it's just
I cannot believe you're saying this. Keep going.
It's not all beautiful. There's parts where it's gross. There's parts where it hurts. There's parts where you feel like you're in the slumps and no one can relate. You're like, everyone's like, let me touch your belly and love it. And you're like, I feel like crap right now. Everyone get away.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of pregnancy?
That's hard. I loved everything, honestly. I even loved being in pain. Like,
you loved the labor and delivery.
Loved it. I would do it all the time. I literally loved it.
I'm so glad. This is so good to hear for selfish reasons. Because I was there. I was the caregiver.
She did.
And the fact that you're saying, I know I had probably little to do with it.
No, you had everything to do with my birth.
But in my opinion, it was chaotic.
Right, it was
like
for you guys.
In my point of view.
Yeah.
But for you to feel like, I would do it again, I'm so glad that you feel that way.
I think giving birth was probably top tier. It was great. I was also really sad though because I didn't want to not be pregnant again, which is crazy. I know. I was so sad when I found out I was in labor.
Wow.
On one end, because I was like, I can't believe this is my last few hours with her inside of me. I was so sad. I definitely had baby blues.
That is insanity.
I know. She's the opposite right now.
I know. But this, again, I love humans because humans are so different. And we're sisters.
Yeah.
And we have completely different perspectives of this. Truly, deeply love that so much for you.
Yeah.
I think that's just who you are as a person. I think it's beautiful that you felt that way.
Yeah.
In your opinion, had that amazing experience.
Yeah.
Because can't relate.
I know. Let's talk about sister, because sister and hearing the way she feels about her currently being 7 months pregnant and stuff, I always check with her, how are you? Like
let me stop you there. Don't ask me how I am. Ask me how I am, sister. Yes, I get it. It's part of your personality. Yeah. Thank you. And I appreciate you checking in.
It's not also my personality. I care about you.
You care about me, yes.
Thank you.
And other people ask me how I am as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I hate that question so freaking much. Oh my God. I don't want to be asked anymore. But I get it. Like, I have people that care about me. But again, I always push people away. And
I feel for you because it's like, I want you to be like, I'm amazing. And I know in some aspects you are. Like, you feel healthy and like you're in a sense, correct me if I'm wrong, but like in a sense, you're like grateful that you are thriving in this pregnancy, like in the sense of your health, right? She's just dead staring at me. I'm like, hey.
No, truly, I'm staring at you because I'm like, do I feel that way?
Oh, that's so sad.
I don't think I feel that way. I'm like, should I lie? But I can't lie because I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, please elaborate. How do you actually feel? Like, okay, if you were given the choice to give birth today, right now, and the baby would come out completely healthy, you would be completely healthy. You would do it?
100%.
How?
100%. Let me just say, before we even get into it, I want to say, we're going to continue prefacing because we talk about some very controversial topics here, okay? And I would consider this a controversial topic.
It is.
I am grateful that I can bear children. I am very grateful that I've had healthy pregnancies where I haven't developed preeclampsia. I pass all my tests. I'm an otherwise healthy individual. I am grateful for my health.
Yes.
I really am. And I'm grateful for my kids' health and that they're healthy, and my partner's health, because my partner's health also
directly ties into your pregnancy.
It ties into my pregnancy.
Yes, it does.
So it all matters, right? And I'm grateful that I've only had 3 pregnancies in my life, and they've all been healthy.
Yes.
Right? So I am grateful for that. With that being said, I do not like being pregnant. I don't like it.
Even the first time.
I would say the first time, the reason why I forced myself to like it was because it was the first time, something I've never done.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know.
You had no other reason to not like it, in a sense. It was unknown.
Yeah,
yes.
It's unknown to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I like the weight gain? Did I like the mood swings? And it was so different too, because I didn't have my partner with me at all. Basically by myself, not by myself, but I had my mom, my sister, but like he wasn't there. It was during COVID. There was just so many different circumstances.
Yeah.
During that pregnancy, my first one, and during the labor and the delivery, I vividly remember.
Sorry.
Because you know what I'm going to say. I vividly remember, and still to this day, think about that moment. Nelly, don't ever put yourself in this position ever again. Nelly, you're crazy. Don't do this ever again. I was in the tub pushing my baby out. I'm never doing this again. Remind yourself of this pain. If you ever think about getting pregnant again, do not do it again. This is not worth it.
Really?
Yes.
That is the polar opposite feeling I had.
Yeah. And the fact that you said you were sad during labor because you're like, oh, I'm not going to be pregnant. I looked forward to labor because I was not going to be pregnant.
Yeah, polar opposite.
I remember during my second, when I was pushing him out on the in the tub, it was so painful, and my pushes, I only did 2 pushes. I remember they were not because I was pushing. My body did it for me.
Did you love that feeling?
I did it.
Wow. Okay.
The reason why I didn't like it is because I was not controlling.
It was involuntary. I loved it.
Yes. Now, did the baby come out quicker? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't like it. And in that moment, I was like, only a few more minutes, and you're not going to be pregnant anymore. And then you can start losing weight. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. That's literally what was, I'm not even joking. That was what.
A lot of women, though, and you're not the first person to think that way. A lot of women feel that way. Like they don't, the weight gain scares them, and it's terrifying. It's so terrifying. I'm the complete opposite also, because I've always been extremely skinny. Like I've always wanted to gain weight. So when every single appointment of mine, I was so excited to get on the scale. I was there like, oh, when are we going to weigh myself now? Blah, blah. Oh, seeing the weight go up, I was so excited. When I hit 160, I literally was like, this is the best day of my life. Take a picture of the scale.
I can understand that.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I was so scared to breastfeed too. Because you were like, get ready. You're going to lose a lot of weight. Like, this is going to help you get back to your normal thing. And I was like, I don't want that.
Right.
I was like, I want to lose weight.
Interesting.
I do have a question for you though. I'm wondering, I know it was always you and Steven's plan to have more kids, right? After 2, you guys definitely wanted another one.
After 1, we knew we wanted to have more. Like we knew we wanted a big family. I wanted 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, and I don't mean this in any way in terms of regret, like not going there. But if you had the chance to move this pregnancy to a different year, different time, would you?
No.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised by that.
Yep. The reason why is because I want to get it over with.
Oh.
Okay. I get it. My answers are so negative, or they sound negative, but
it's just surprising.
They're truly what I feel. Like
Absolutely.
I would rather, I had my kids close together.
Very.
I would rather just bang it out because I want to start focusing on me. Not that I'm not going to be focusing on my kids, because obviously having a newborn, I'm going to be, that baby's going to be super attached to me, which is, it's just a lot of anxiety with having kids and having a newborn. And it's not easy. And you really lose yourself tremendously. And I think I've completely lost myself.
In which way?
Yeah, I've lost myself in previous years. I would say like right after I had Zaire, my first one, I would say like right after that, just learning how to be a new mom and integrating my family and Steven's family. It was so much on me, like mentally exhausting. I truly lost myself in that moment, in that time. I don't think I've started, and I don't even think I still am like tapping into my greatest potential. I'm not there yet, and it's because I've accepted that right now you're in a season of mom. You're living for them. You're living for them. They're too little, first of all.
I don't know. I don't agree with you in the sense that you haven't I think that you have gone through the seasons and you're completely entitled to your feelings. Absolutely. You know yourself, you know how you feel, you know that like, hey, this is not my greatest self. But seeing it from the outside and how you were running. Do you remember that? Do you remember how you were running? You were doing your races, you were healthy. You still are, but I'm saying you were working out even after Zaire, even after Mar, you used to work out. You used to do stuff for yourself. You started this podcast. Like, you have hobbies.
No, I understand that. It's the fact that I start to get into those good habits, and then you get pregnant. And then I get pregnant. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Obviously, I gotta be okay with it.
No, right. I do understand though. You're in the type of season that you're in. You're momming right now. You're literally being a mom. I love it.
Yeah. I
love it.
I just think that I see myself getting out of. I am kind of like in a rut right now. I just don't want to be pregnant. I think that's my big thing. Do I want this baby to be healthy? Yes, that is my focus and Steven's main focus right now, is especially after finding out the sex of the baby. It just makes things so much more real. It's like, oh my gosh,
yes,
the baby's coming, the baby has a name, this is really
it's
a real human like coming into our family. Our biggest thing is making sure that the baby's healthy, and the baby gets here healthy. We're truly not even making plans until after the baby gets here,
as you should. That's very smart.
That's where our focus is. And I think that the work that I'm doing right now with like my mental health and all of that, and I'm really, really, really focusing on my mental health right now, because I know how I get after I give birth. Like, the postpartum hits me hard.
That drop off of hormones is wild.
And the things that I'm learning now are things that I wish I knew when I had my first one, which is impossible. And I didn't know. I didn't with the mental health part, because with breastfeeding, I didn't realize the amount of hormones that is going through your body at that time when you stop breastfeeding. Like, it is so much. So I'm trying to educate myself as much as possible. I am seeking help, and I am like staying on top of that so that when postpartum comes, it doesn't hit me as hard.
Yeah. I think that's a whole reason why there's a whole like stigma about pregnancies and how great and amazing it is. But it's being pregnant is such it's so much longer than the 9 months that's out there. I think for me, it's even like before you're pregnant, like right before you get pregnant, like that season I also think about, because if you're actively trying to get pregnant, you're also sacrificing a lot of different things, because at least for me, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, but I let go of a lot of unhealthy habits because I wanted to. With that new life that you're living, you're fostering like so much healthier habits. That's a whole other thing that you're putting on your plate. Yeah. So even then you're pregnant and it's not great. You have the nausea. You have literally zero motivation to do anything. And you also have to just remember that, like, okay, I'm pregnant, but I also have to continue living my same day-to-day life like if nothing's happening. Postpartum is insane.
And it's so different for everybody, because we can talk about our postpartum experiences, but it's not going to hit you the same way it hit me. Yeah. And it's not going to happen at the same timeline that it hit me versus you. Yeah. And it's something that I thought in my head, I'm like, oh, this is normal. They're like, people think or feel like this all the time after having a baby. Like, I should be feeling depressed and anxious all the time. Like, obviously you have a new baby. It's like, no, you should not be having these racing thoughts at all times and all of these worries and have it consume you your whole entire day. And for me, it was like, it would affect the decisions I would make every day.
Yeah, that's postpartum anxiety.
Yeah.
And depression. A lot of people don't know about postpartum anxiety
I didn't know about it either.
Yeah, me either. Until you told me.
Yeah.
And Jenna told me. And I was like, what? So
like,
I have to
what
also
is
worry
that?
about that monster too. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's help for it, which I didn't know. I didn't know that that's a thing that people go through, and there's help for it. For me, I consider it like a high functioning because...
Right. We're not debilitated on the couch, can't take care of our kids.
Yeah. Was I there? Yes.
Yes.
I was absolutely, I've been there. I've been in that deep hole, but right now I just need to talk about it.
Yeah.
I need to just talk about these things that are in my head, get it out to somebody else, and just let it go.
Yeah. My last question for you to wrap this episode up, because again, we can go off. Like, we talk about it every time I see her, about how she's feeling, and she just gives me like and I'm like, all right, I got it.
I will say too that now that I'm in my last pregnancy, I'm excited because I'm like, I'm never gonna go through this ever again.
We'll see.
No, I really am not. But also I'm like, my goodness, I'm finishing this pregnancy at 31 years old. I wish I started now. You know what I mean? Yes, I feel like I had kids way too young, 100%. I think that I still have a lot of life to live, which I will, and of course I do. But I'm also excited too to see all of my kids grow up. Like, I feel like that's going to be my biggest focus, and just seeing them all grow up together and doing all the activities and getting my BBL.
No, that's another conversation. Insane. Okay. My last question for you today. I just want to know, honestly, speak honestly.
I always do.
I know, but whoever is around in your village, how can we show up for you the last few weeks in a way that respects your boundaries, but also we are there for you and child?
The last few weeks of my pregnancy.
Yeah, we know postpartum. We already talked about that plan. But the last few weeks of pregnancy, how can we show up for you, or not, because she doesn't even want me around for her birthday? How can we do that?
See, that's the only reason why I say it's a hard question is because I acknowledge the fact that I have people around me that want to be around me. And that's healthy.
Very.
That's healthy. And not only that, I have women who want to be around me. And I think that's healthy too. Yeah. And I just
I don't want none of it.
No, because I am an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. An extrovert is, because I get my energy from, I love socializing and being around people. And I think that's where my problem is the fact that I am an extrovert. I do love to socialize, and I love being around you, and I love being around mom, love being around my friends. Yeah. But it's the fact that I can't show up the way that I want to because I am physically exhausted all the time. And that's why I always cancel plans, or I say no to things, or I'm just like, I'd rather not. I'd rather just stay home because I, first of all, hate the way I look. And second of all, I don't want to be a burden.
You're not, though. This is what I've been trying to emphasize for you is all I want you to do is just sit down on the couch and do nothing while we talk.
I wish that were the thing.
No, seriously though. It's literally all I want. Like, for her birthday's coming up. All I want to do is show up here with my mom and Giselle and have the kids play, and you sit down. I feed you food. We eat ice cream cakes sitting down in a bowl. The kids are going crazy in their room with Wela, and that's it. And we leave. That's it.
That's my ideal scenario. Would that happen? No, because I'm so concerned. Because I'm hosting. When I host, I want to have the charcuterie board. I want to have the food. I want to make sure my guests are comfortable. Yes, you're my family, but you're coming into my home. I want you to feel comfortable. You know, like, and I don't want my kids to be bothering people, like with them running around and yelling. And
they are our family, and they're not a bother. So I really I really do want to stress this on you. Like, I really hope that you can be like, I recognize that I want to control everything right now, but like, I need to not, because remember when you gave birth to Amari, and I was in that house for a week, I think it was, after you gave birth, and they literally told you do not pick up Zaire. And the first thing I did was pick up Zaire, and you were in pain the next day to the point that I was massaging your legs on the bed, and you were in so much pain. Yeah. Every time Amari latched, you were like, ah. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And it was like your uterus was
it's not
contracting.
happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening
so that's
this
what I'm
time.
saying. Even now though, that's what I'm saying. How can we show up through your pregnancy? Because even now we have to be very cautious because it's your third that you can pop at any moment, early 36 weeks or after. And so that's why I'm saying, like, if we're here, just accept that we're here, and like you can just sit down and do absolutely nothing. Just accept it.
I think that would be good practice for the postpartum phase.
It will, which is why I'm stressing to do it now.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah. The less work you need to do, take it.
No, you're right. I 100% agree with you. But I'm just the type of person.
No buts.
Because I am. I do it on my own. I'm like, I'll figure it out by myself. But you're right. So you can come over for my birthday.
Yes!
I've accepted it. Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was gonna cry so hard if I wasn't here. Like,
No,
seriously, I was gonna
know.
be like, sister, I'm here. Like, cry.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No,
I
need
felt
to.
this. You guys are all witnesses.
I have to learn to let go and accept the help.
Yeah.
I really, really need to work on that.
Trust me, it's gonna be a great
Yeah.
day. But
Love
yeah,
it.
that was our episode for today, and I'm hyped.
That was so good. Thank you, sister.
I love learning about her real and raw emotions about pregnancy. I
Thank
really
you.
do hope this is not your last one, though. I will be honest.
No, it is. It absolutely is. There's so much that we didn't even talk about in this podcast. I don't like when people touch my belly. Like, I think that's so invasive.
Really?
Yes. And the first thing my sister does when she says hi to me is hi, and I'm like, ugh.
I love it.
Even Steven, he came home from work one day and he was touching my belly, and he's like, oh my God, you're letting me touch it. And I'm like, yeah, you can touch it. Are you done? Yeah, I know, it's so weird. And when people, let me just end on this note. You should never tell a woman who's pregnant, wow, you're getting so big. Your belly is so big. I don't think that's an appropriate comment.
Really?
Yeah.
It's healthy.
I don't think it's appropriate. And then it's
just
like, oh no, it's the baby, obviously. And it's like, no. It's my body. I think that's I just don't think that's an appropriate comment
I love
to tell
it.
somebody who's pregnant. Anyways, we should just end this because we're just going to go off the rails.
Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you can relate, please comment. Please message
Whose
us.
side are you on? Crystal's side or Nelly's side? I hope there's more people on your side.
No. If you're still here and watching, thank you so much. We see you.
We thank you.
And we love you. Have a great day. Bye.